Hey campers, it's Miss Emily, and today in Campers Crusades for our cooking class, we will be learning first how to make pizza toast, and you will need however many pieces of pizza you want, or pizzas you want. You need however many slices of bread. I'll be making one. You'll also need mozzarella, pizza sauce, pepperoni, and baking sheet. The first thing you're going to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you're going to take your baking sheet and you're going to lightly spray it with cooking spray. After you grease your cooking sheet, you're going to put your bread on the pan. And then when the oven is finished preheating, you'll put your bread on the pan in the oven for about 5 minutes. You just want to wait until it starts to toast. And if you need help, you can ask an adult. When the 5 minutes is up and your toast looks toasty, then you can take it out of the oven. Be careful, it will be hot. You can ask an adult if you need one. After you've taken your toast out, you will spread about 1 tablespoon of pizza sauce onto your bread, which is about a spoonful. And then after the sauce, you will add about 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese. After the cheese, you can add pepperoni or any other pizza toppings like olives or sausage, or you can just leave it as plain cheese. This is what it should look like before you put it into the oven. After you have finished putting your toppings on your pizza, it will go back into the oven at 400 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes or until your cheese starts to melt. Your pizza toast will look like this when it's done, and it'll be a little hot, so be careful. It's good. The next recipe we're going to be learning how to make is oatmeal banana energy balls, and you will need 1 ripe banana, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, half a tablespoon of honey, 1 cup of quick oats, and half a cup of crispy rice cereal. You can also, as an option, add raisins or craisins. The first thing you're going to do is place the banana peeled into a large mixing bowl. Along with your banana, you will add the peanut butter and the honey and smash it together. You can mash it all together with a fork. It helps if you kind of use the fork to turn it into little chunks like this before you try mashing it. And the riper your banana, the easier it'll be to mash as well, because as it ripens, it gets softer because there's less starch. That's also why we use riper bananas rather than green bananas, because the sweetness of the banana is more prominent in a ripe banana. Also, starchier bananas, so the green bananas, will have a funny kind of taste. Some people like the starchy, but some people prefer the softer, sweeter banana. It's just a lot easier to bake with a really ripe, soft banana with a lot of flavor. After the banana is completely mashed, then you will mix in your quick oats. If your mixture seems kind of dry, you can add more oats, up to an extra half a cup. But if it's dry enough to fold into little balls, then you can go ahead and fold in your crispy rice cereal. And they say fold in because if you try and mash in the cereal, then it'll break it, and the cereal's in there for like a textury crunch. After your mixture is completely mixed, then you can get out a baking sheet and form your mixture into a little ball and place it on the sheet to cool. Ta-da! You can eat them immediately, or you can chill them in the fridge for a little bit. And then you can also store them in the fridge for up to 5 days, or you can store them frozen for up to 6 months. These are good for snack, good for breakfast, and it has fruit, and it has protein, and it has grains, so quite a few of your food groups. Also, honey and banana for sweetness. Just keep forming the balls. The yield, so the amount that should be made in total is 12, but it all depends on the size of your balls. And keep in mind that depending on the size of your ball, will also factor in the serving size. So how many you should be eating in one sitting. I recommend probably 2 to 3 for a snack or for breakfast. And yeah, so you can eat them immediately, or you can wait for them to chill in the fridge. I'm pretty sure you could even have them like right out of the freezer as frozen. I prefer mine to be chilled. Looks like I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So mine did not produce exactly 12. But that could just be because the size is inconsistent. But if you would like it consistent, you could grab out a tablespoon and measure it out. So yeah, this is my last ball, so it's pretty good. Our last recipe will be Rice Krispie treats, and you will need a 9x9 inch pan, some parchment paper, 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 16 ounces of mini marshmallows, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, which is in this dish, but you can't really see. Here we go. And 6 cups of Rice Krispies or crispy rice, whatever you have. And a large saucepan. We will be cooking on the stove, so if you would like a help from a parent, you should go fetch them. The first thing you'll do is take your 9x9 pan and your parchment paper and line the pan and then set aside. A tip for getting your parchment paper to stay in your pan without your ingredients and everything weighing it down is to use little clips. In your large saucepan, melt your butter on the stovetop. Plop. Just keep stirring it until it melts to make sure it does not burn. After your butter is completely melted, you will add all but 1 cup of your marshmallows in with the butter. After you've added in your marshmallows, you will reduce the heat to low, and you will continue stirring until your marshmallows are completely melted. This is what it will look like when it is completely melted. After it is completely melted, you will turn off the heat and then add your vanilla extract. Here's the vanilla. After you add in your vanilla, then you will add 6 cups of the Rice Krispies, as well as the marshmallows that you left aside. After it is all mixed together, it should look kind of like this. And then you can pour it into your 9x9 inch pan that has been lined with parchment paper. And then take your little spatula thing and press it into the pan so that it is nicely, evenly spread. You don't want to push it down too much though, because then you'll just make your Rice Krispies really dense. After they're nicely in your pan, you just let them set for about an hour and then you can cut them up and enjoy. I hope you guys have a good weekend and we'll see you next week with 3 more recipes.